Today, Paul's cooking
the USA Turkey Dinner Burger.
Oh
yeah!
USA, USA. Hello, it's Ken and Paul again from KBDProductionsTV. Welcome back to another Ken and Paul cooking review. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Excellent. What is going on today?
I think we're gonna make a Thanksgiving dinner turkey thing on a bun.
So like Thanksgiving burger, like everything on this, and what's going to be
into
on
a sandwich. We're gonna have turkey obviously as our burger. So we
Right.
have ground turkey. We're gonna make turkey burgers. Then I've taken the stuffing and made into patties as well.
Very
which we're gonna
nice.
fry. And then we're making bacon jam, but with a twist. We're gonna put the cranberries in the bacon jam.
Very
And
cool.
then on top of that, we're gonna deglaze the pan and make a turkey gravy to drizzle over top and melt some Gouda on top of that.
You
I
ready?
think that should probably do it.
That sounds like it's going to be a big meal.
It's gonna be a big meal.
You ready?
I am ready.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, Paul, what's first, sir?
I was thinking about starting with the turkey, but I need a beer. So
start with a beer.
I need to, because I'm so thirsty. And then you opened a beer, and I didn't have a
I
beer.
did not
I was waiting.
open a
Cheers.
beer.
I don't even know what I grabbed. I just grabbed this crazy can. Look how crazy it is. It's got the Canadian flag on it. And it's Genius
That
of
is
Suburbia.
awesome.
Flying Monkey.
They should have called that graffiti.
Yes. Let me
That
take
can is craziness.
Pretty good. It's funny. It's an IPA, and it tastes strong, but it's only got 3.8%.
Really?
And it says...
Most IPAs are high, aren't they? Or at least 5.
Oh, session ale. So we got ground turkey. Ooh. We don't want this in there.
That's the secret ingredient.
That is the secret ingredient. Ken will be eating his burger and he'll be like, yeah, what is this? And it'll be hanging out of his mouth and he'll be like, ugh. I'll be like, that's so nasty. I'm gonna crack an egg in this bad boy. Just so I know it binds good. Let me just wash my fingers. So we're gonna keep it very simple. I've got a mixed poultry seasoning, which I'm gonna mix in, and then salt and pepper. So this is, smell,
Scratchy.
scratch, sniff. So I'm gonna put a bit in there.
What is that?
It's a poultry seasoning.
That's the poultry seasoning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Salt.
First pink.
Yeah, that's right. Pepper. Take that. Take that.
Brains!
It feels like brains. And what you can do, I didn't realize how moist the turkey was. So if you find it too moist, you see how wet that is? Just do this. It just dries it right up.
Turkey burgers are usually dry all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is where the egg I added. So you mix in the breadcrumbs, you can see how it's going to thicken up. It's going to hold,
Turkey
it'll hold
naturally
better.
doesn't have a whole lot of fat, right?
No. And that's why, that was my whole idea with using it. I was going to grind some turkey and grind in bacon into the mix.
Right.
Right, and then I changed, then I came up with the idea because I was going to put thinking cranberries, because I think cranberries with, and I'm like, but cranberries on its own would be too much of a bite with the flavor. So I'm like, then I came up with the idea of bacon jam. But I could put bacon in it and put the bacon jam on top. So I thought it was a good
Nice.
idea. So
You've
just a
been
bit
jamming.
more. I've been jamming. There we go. That's nice. So there's another idea I was thinking of too was actually breading these and then frying them.
Deep fry them? Or
Yeah, but then I was thinking, well, basically doing similar with the patty. So I was like, I didn't want to do fried and fried.
Right. Too much fried.
Too much fried. This one's got too much, so you get a little more.
What do you got for us?
Well, we talked about last week about sampling this bad boy.
Ah.
So I figured, since we talked about it and we said we were doing it, we might as well. Ooh,
A
excuse me.
dark lager.
So Check Bar, we did a sample. We did actually a taste test against the Stella. Remember?
Yes.
We found them very similar.
But
so
this is the dark one.
This is the dark, and of course I drank a few last night. We had a lot more, and I drank them all.
Jeez, that's fine.
I'm a bad man.
You're so bad.
Kenny?
Okay, you ready?
Cheers.
Cheers. It smells like Guinness right off the top.
You're right.
Yeah.
It smells like a stout. It's similar.
Very similar.
But it has like a coffee.
Yeah, it's definitely coffee. Right there.
It's almost like a Guinness with coffee in it.
It tastes a little bit of molasses.
Molasses. You get a bit of a sweet flavor from that. Coffee flavor. The coffee, I'd say, would be the strongest note.
Yeah.
But and then like that Guinness, like that nice rich head on it, and tastes like a stout.
So if you've tried this, let us know in the comments below if you like it or don't like it.
I
like it.
I like it.
I'd buy
I didn't know if
again.
you'd like it or not because I know you like the IPA. So sometimes the flavor profile.
IPA just has that rusty pipe type
here we go.
flavor, but this doesn't. This doesn't have that kind of that crazy rust feeling.
Good. It's good.
I like it. I'd buy that again. Definitely at Christmas time. That's a good Christmas beer.
And maybe Thanksgiving too.
And Thanksgiving.
Hey, we got a kind of a theme happening here. Okay, well let's put some stuff together then. We're gonna get our bacon jam going, and we're gonna fry. I really should explain this because I wanted to speed things up.
Please.
So all I did, rather than making the homemade stuffing and that, I just used a box of stovetop stuffing.
Okay.
And I doubled the recipe. So I used 2 boxes. So 1 cup. Like it's simple. You got 1 cup of water, bring it to a boil, a little bit of margarine or butter in it. I use butter. 5 minutes. You bring it, let it cover, boil, put the mixture in, turn it off, cover for 5 minutes, and that's basically it.
And we're doing that just for time.
What's that?
Right? We're just doing that.
Yeah, just for time.
To speed up
Just
stuff.
time-wise. So.
Yeah. And that's what they look like before you fry them.
Yeah. So I fried up a couple already.
And that's
So all I've done is, I formed, once it was cool enough to handle, I formed the patties. Let's get this going. I formed the patties and then pressed a bit of breadcrumbs on it.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start with butter. And at the same time, I'm gonna get the patties going. And I've done is I just preheated the oven, so I'm gonna set these in so they do stay warm.
Okay.
Because then once the turkey burger is off, I want to be able to put it all in at the same time, like stack it with cheese and melt it on top, and then put it on a plate. So I try to organize this so we get it all at the same time.
Sounds amazing.
So we can fire this one up.
Oh, I see maple syrup.
Yes. So we got cranberries, and that was just a can of cranberry.
That's onion.
That's 1 onion diced. So what I've done already too is I took a pound of bacon and I chopped it up, and I've already
saving time.
Yeah, saving time.
All saving
so
time.
So just set it in there just to drain the fat off it.
Sure.
Just to save, because it's going to take about 10 minutes for this. This was a bit of time, so just we're able to throw it all together. This we're going to put these on now. Just going to get the oil nice and hot. You can see the pan's a bit dirty because I've already done a couple of them, but I want stuff to stay in the pan, even because we're going to deglaze the pan after, so I get all the flavors of whatever we cooked in here. So if you see in that, so all I did was form a patty, press some breadcrumbs on it. I'm just going to set it like this. We're just going to fry them golden brown. And the best part is, because I've got a beer, so now I can quench my thirst like close by while I'm stirring that too. There. See how easy this is? I just stand here, drink, and watch stuff. Like, look at that. Oh, look at that. That's looking beautiful. What do you think, Ken? Would you eat that?
I would eat that.
It smells delicious, especially this onion right here. So what I want to do is I want to get this nicely browned. So we're going to have the turkey patty on the bottom. Then we're going to have our stuffing patty on top of that. Baking jam on top of that. A slice of Gouda on top of it just to melt it all down.
Okay.
And then we're going to put, I could actually layer the Gouda between these two to make it bind, and then put the gravy on top of everything. And so it just drenches down on top of the crazy... What do we call it? Yeah. Well, Thanksgiving dinner burger.
Thanks. We'll call it the USA Thanksgiving burger.
I'll give it a thumbs up. We're gonna take these off now, so I'm gonna set these on a pan just to so we can keep them warm in the oven. Oh yeah. Oh, look at those little yummies right there. I'm gonna put it right there because I think I'm gonna eat them.
They do look good.
So we're gonna press these into some nice. Look at that.
That's one big patty.
This is gonna be the Ken turkey burger right there.
What'd you call them?
The Ken turkey burger. Ken is gonna eat 6.
Paul is also cooking for the family right now.
Yes, so. They're all actually really excited about trying it.
Yeah,
yeah, because I talked about what it was, and they're all like, "Oh, there we go." Might as well we got them browned and a little bit of black in there. Just the way I want it. So I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of balsamic vinegar in there. This is the secret right here. Oh. Maple syrup. This makes it Canadian style.
That's gonna be freaking
This is going to be our sweet in there. This is going to be our heat.
What is it?
Little cayenne pepper.
Nice.
Actually, we got to be careful because
It comes off.
oh, you're like, oh.
You're throwing the bacon now, reheating.
Put the bacon in there. Cranberry. What we're gonna want to do?
Freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some liquid in there. So I'm gonna put a bit of water and then let it boil and work its magic. And that smells absolutely delicious. Oh my gosh.
That's gonna be like a sweet, savory.
Yeah, it's gonna give you. And we're gonna take a pinch of thyme. And I'm just gonna put some water in this just to cover. And I let that'll bring everything together. Just like that. And let that boil down.
Boil down and thicken up.
Yeah, right? There we go. So I'm just going to take this, I'm just going to set it in the oven. I've got to eat this. There's a little piece I promised I'd eat.
Nice.
Oh. Mm. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Oh my goodness.
A little bit of salt in there. Oh, like this. You know when you cook the turkey and you use your meat thermometer, you put in the thickest part.
Right.
You want at least 173, 172. If you don't have a meat thermometer, you know you can pierce it, and then when the juices run clear, that it's cooked.
Oh, okay, so it comes out.
Yeah, so you'll see like on this, obviously, and the texture too. Like look at this thing. Like see the pink. So obviously that's raw. And you can just tell by the texture. Okay.
Okay.
But once she starts getting more like cooked, and you push down, you'll feel it. It gets firm, and then the juice that comes out is running clear. See that? Yeah. Which means these are ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set these in the pan right now, just to keep these hot while these ones are cooking. Bacon jam's almost ready. So I'm just gonna set this in here because I want all this delicious juice. I just made just water and chicken soup base mixed together.
Okay.
I'm just going to pour that in there.
What's that going to do?
Well, to glaze the pan. See how the drippings all start to come out?
I get what you're saying now. I don't know these cooking terminologies.
I'm just going to leave that on there. And what I'm going to do is once this thing's deglaze, then I'm going to pour it into this one. And we're going to let that reduce, and we're going to add some cream, the salt and pepper, and that's going to form our gravy. I know. It sounds good. And it is.
It's going to be amazing.
Give this a little stir. There, look at the consistency of this now. We want it to be like a jam. So he's thickening them up. There we go. So, we're almost there for this one. I'm going to leave it like another minute or two. And I'll turn it off and just let it set.
Yeah, you don't want to put that in your mouth.
That will burn you. That will cause you severe burns to your mouth. It will not be pleasant. Get in there, Kenny.
Getting close?
We're getting close. So this thing's reduced pretty much. I'm just gonna turn that off now. Let it set. This we're almost ready. These are in the oven. So next step will be basically just deglazing this pan, making the gravy, and then putting it all together, just for you. So I cooked all my liquid out, so I'm just gonna touch more in there. And while the pan's still hot, I'm gonna crank it up. I'm just gonna drop this in there. So we've basically taken a lot of the good juices out of this one. We dumped it in there. Then I'm going to take some 35% cream because we're not worried about our waste here.
Not today.
Look at that. So we're getting all the flavors from that. And I'm going to put some of my salt and pepper in there. And this will thicken right up pretty quick.
And if it doesn't, you can put a little bit of flour in? Or?
Oh, she'll thicken up. Because the cream is the basis for when you do an Alfredo and when you reduce it.
So you've used all of the drippings basically from the burgers, then you added the chicken broth.
Yes, and now the cream.
And then the cream, salt, and pepper.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our 2 burgers set up. So I'm gonna take another tray because I want to melt this all in because I want that cheese to melt in there. I'm gonna take a pan. I've got our. Look at those. Oh
my gosh. Yeah, this is gonna be another one of those. I can't move after we.
Ken's gonna fall asleep. So what I want to do is I didn't toast the buns because the reason is because they'll be in together, so it's actually gonna toast while it's being put together. So I take 2 buns. We're just gonna put the bottoms there. You can actually set the top like this on the side. So I'm gonna toast it a bit. So we're gonna take 2 of the larger patties. It's gonna be huge.
You don't have to go large.
This is gonna be huge. I'm gonna put a piece of the Gouda
in between
because I want it to melt in there. Okay. Next, I'm just gonna say, where are those bad boys? Oh, look at that.
This was a great idea.
That.
Maybe it wasn't a great idea.
It's a great idea, Ken. We're gonna turn this off. See how fast that thickened up? Look at that. Look at. Ken's gonna fall asleep.
Oh my gosh. I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm like looking over the camera.
It's like
because I don't want to miss anything.
You know when you have a big turkey dinner and you're just stuffed and you're just sitting there afterwards? Well, you're gonna experience that in about 5 minutes. So we're gonna do this. Look at that.
Oh, smokes.
I'm just gonna drizzle that. Look at. Oh my gosh, that smells incredible. And now we're just gonna throw it in the oven.
No cheese on top. Cheese on top.
Do you want cheese on top too? Oh, you're going all out, Kenny.
Cheese on top. Oh, that's the way to do it.
Oh, you
Sexy.
fancy. We'll just put it there for a couple of minutes. That is almost like burger perfection.
It is burger perfection.
Those are some fine looking burgers.
Oh my gosh. All right, Paul has plated this amazing meal. Like the aroma of this burger right now is insane. What is that? The main thing that we're smelling right off the top?
That's a good.
Is it the cheese?
I'm catching like wafts of everything. I'm smelling turkey, the bacon aroma,
The
is coming up,
stuffing.
the jam, the stuffing.
Yeah.
You're smelling the stuffing.
Look at that amazing presentation.
I feel like I've got a full turkey dinner on a bun right in front of me.
That's
And
what
actually
that's what we're
we
aiming
have.
for.
Yes.
All right. And you know what?
I'm looking at this. I'm like, how am I gonna eat this? I need to put a
Definitely a napkin.
Yep. And I need some beer to wash it down.
Oh. Let's see if we can pick this up.
I gotta squish it down.
Oh, it's really hot in the bottom.
Oh.
Okay, now I'll be able to hold it. Oh. Look at that, people.
I want to. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Okay.
If you don't want to cook a whole turkey, this would go over so well. And we already know it's going to be amazing. Look at that.
It was very fast to do.
I don't want to wreck it. Too bad. Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
No. It's hot.
Steam. Oh man. Oh, it popped up the side. It's hot. Wow.
Oh, it's hot.
I thought it would be a good idea not to dive in for the second one right away. The stuffing is fantastic. The jam, the bacon jam the cranberry bacon jam is to die for. And I'm glad we did the 2 layers of cheese.
That sort of binding it together. Mm-hmm. The Gouda we put in there. Oh my god. Oh wow. I love stuffing. So.
And the stuffing is making it very
because it's
gooey.
nice. Yeah, but it's got a nice crunchy outer coating.
Yes.
Because we fried it. And then when you bite into it, then it breaks down.
Oh my gosh, people. Look at that. It's just going to drip out the top. Oh, go ahead. Scratch it. Sniff it. Happy Thanksgiving, people. It literally is biting into Thanksgiving dinner. And you don't have to like cut this, cut that, put it all together. The only thing we're missing is mashed potatoes.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Like the bun's going soft. I feel like I've got mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh,
Too. And of course, look at, excuse me for eating like a pig.
Oh my
This
God.
is so good.
The bacon jam is rocking like you said it would be. You know what's good?
All of it?
I'm not a huge cranberry on my turkey kind of fan, but the way Paul cooked that, if they had put that in the middle of the table during Thanksgiving, it would be gone.
Yeah.
Like, putting that on your turkey would be way better than just straight up cranberry.
People would be covering their mashed potatoes in it,
Their face.
their veggies, everything.
All right, guys, Paul and I are going to finish these off, and we'll be right back. Are you ready, sir?
Oh, I am.
Hang on. OMG, people. Wow, Paul, dude, you totally outdid yourself. We were just discussing stuff before we stopped the fast forward part, and I was expecting it because turkey's normally a dry type of a meat as opposed to beef, and then we're also going to be eating it on bread with stuffing. I was just going to think that the whole thing was going to be on the dry side, but zero. It had no dryness whatsoever.
The thought process with it.
Tell us.
Obviously, I think about this thing. So we came up with the idea of ground turkey, so I can make a patty, so it's more like a burger. Stuffing, I didn't want to scoop it in, so if I fry it, you're gonna get a crispy texture. So you're adding another dimension with texture, and then you want some flavors in there too, because
Definitely flavor.
we're getting So the gravy is a given. Mm-hmm. The bacon jam with cranberry was a way to incorporate.
It was insane.
Cranberry, so you're getting a sweet, savory, and that punch is right on top. So as you're biting down,
2 cheese.
and 2 cheese, you're biting through. You're getting the bread, which don't have much flavor, but it gives you that texture. It just holds it all in together, and you're hitting the bacon jam first. You got the cheese, the stuffing into a crispy patty, and then that
I'm getting hungry
turkey into
again.
a burger. And you're biting, and you're going down. You got these different textures and flavors, like an explosion. You're just like, oh my god, this thing is so good.
Then it was squirting at the top and burning my fingers. Oh. Wow, dude, that absolutely rocked.
And what you could do is, even with leftovers after a turkey dinner, you have leftover mash, you have leftover stuffing. You can actually, and then break apart the turkey. You don't have to make a burger out of it, but you can actually just line fresh turkey on the bottom, make a huge sandwich of it, and do the similar kind of thing with all your leftovers. Be the bomb.
I was thinking one of the only things that you could add to that, as to the whole Thanksgiving thing, is do like a real thin patty of mashed potatoes. I guess just mix it with some flour so it stays all together, and then fry that up and put that in, just for that extra element in there. But it was too big; you could barely eat the whole thing anyway.
And if you have leftover gravy,
well, we could have put that on the side, a little bit of gravy. With
yeah,
some,
that would have been nice too. If we had
potatoes.
extra gravy, then you could have dipped or. Oh, excuse me.
That would have been awesome. Just put mashed potatoes, make a little pool, make a little bowl, put some gravy in there so you can dip your burger into the gravy.
I don't know if I could have eaten. I couldn't have eaten anymore though.
No, that's true.
I'm gonna seriously in 2 minutes. I'm gonna go lay on the couch.
Yeah, we're gonna pass that.
I'm gonna look like a snake
second
that just
now.
devoured something huge.
Huge. Paul and I would like to thank you guys very much for all the support you've given us since our very first show back in February.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. We'd like to wish you guys the very best for this Thanksgiving holiday to all of our American friends. We kind of missed the Canadian Thanksgiving to do a show for our country, but here we are doing a Thanksgiving special just for you guys. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thanks again, Paul, for that amazing meal. Please, guys, give that a shot. It was absolutely amazing, fantastic. Mwah!
Ding now?
Yes, we're on that road. All right, guys, if you love these videos and you don't want to miss another one, please hit the subscribe button. But if you like this video, hit it with a thumbs up, ding, 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 and we'll see you next time on another Ken and Paul Cook and Review. Ken and Paul out.